you? Do you talk neurotypical? Wow, I don't like saying the word neurotypical, like non-autistic. Yes, I do. But I don't want it to be like something, because I think what we've become, because we're like, when we're younger, we're conditioned to communicate. Well, they try to condition us to communicate in a way that a non-autistic would. It becomes something we can be afraid of, and something we're angry with, and something we don't want to do. But it's like talking another language. It's like learning maybe French, except for if you can imagine it being forced on us when we're younger, then we're not going to like it, are we? We're not going to enjoy it. I've got to say, I don't enjoy talking non-autistic. Only because it goes against my nature and how I communicate. You know, so but yes, I learnt it. I know a lot against learning how to talk to non-autistics, but the only problem is if we don't learn how to communicate, this is my view on it, we're not going to bridge that gap that we've got everywhere between non-autistics and autistics. I don't say neurotypical. Did I say that already? Because it sounds a bit like a swear word. It sounds a little bit sort of aggressive. That's why I want to use something else. Somebody else yesterday I saw said alistic. Alistic? Something like that. I thought, oh, okay. I don't know why I feel like it's sort of like, just sounds like a swear word. So, yeah, but everybody's individual, up to you, isn't it? So, yes, I've learned how to talk it. They know, though, when I'm talking to a non-autistic, I get some reactions. They do look at me like, they, sounds awful, but non-autistics look at me like I don't belong. They still do that. Even when I do talk to a non-autistic, they will look at me and then try and avoid conversation with me sometimes. And even they try and avoid eye contact or connection. They know there's something different. They know there's something different. So it shows they have an instinct like we do. So even though I know how to communicate, and I don't take a lot of the things that happen personally, I try and ignore it. Sometimes you can't, can you? Because it's just so, some of the characteristics that the non-autistic would do, we would never, we just couldn't do. Well, some do, but I think a lot is learnt behaviour. Like a lot of things are learnt behaviour. So when you've been around non-autistics most of the time, and if your whole family is, then you're going to have learnt traits and things to cope. But instinctively, you probably feel this doesn't feel right to me, So, yeah, I have learned how to communicate, and I try my best, because I do with everybody, and each individual autistic or neurodivergent I talk to, I will cater to. It's like mirroring, it's like reflecting, but not in a manipulative way, but in a way of, okay, what language are you speaking? It's like speaking a whole different language. Oh, this is your language. And then I can help somebody then, because otherwise if I don't speak the same language, it becomes very awkward and staggered and uncomfortable. So I do try and reflect. I can't do it all the time, because it's like learning about a million different languages. So but when I do, but I can tell when it doesn't. Sometimes it just doesn't work. I'm better than I used to be. I try and go to an honest place in my heart when I do it, because it's a bit like the ungenuine sort of thing that you hear in some places, like have a nice day, and you can tell when they're saying it, they're gritting their teeth and they don't really want you to have a nice day, which are autistic or a neurodivergent really don't like that sort of thing. So I try and go to my honest place in my heart when I greet somebody, and I think I'm always happy to meet somebody new. So whether they're neurodivergent or they're non-neurodivergent, I'm still do that happy sort of thing. So it still remains honest, rather than being sort of manipulated and a structure of parrot words that I've got to say. So I try and put my genuine spin on it, because I'm a bit like a Springer Spaniel. I'm pleased to meet most people and very excitable and have to reel myself in, sort of thing. So this is where I bring in my communication with a non-autistic or allistic, to be the genuine autistic self I'm bringing to them, rather than something manipulated, but something that makes them feel comfortable. So there's a lot of little things I go through my head where I'm doing something that I know is not my language but works for me. So I just thought I'd do a video on that.